one. Okay, I hope that this is working now and that people can see what's going on. I'm trying to do a live video about my paint party business, and I have a artwork that I'm working from, which now I have to like do this all over again. I might be streaming too much. What are you saying? Would you like me to hold it for you? Oh, funny. You're funny. Melissa, you're so funny. Ha ha. Can you see me now? Hey, John, how are you? I'd wave at you, but I got like way too much stuff going on, man. I'm trying to do this live video. I got 2 iPads going at the same time. Okay, this is my paint party business. I better start painting this because this stuff's going to dry out any second now. It is drying out. Oh, my God. Technology, you know, sometimes it's your friend, sometimes it's not. So this is ultramarine blue. I'm trying to paint this background. I'll show you guys this, what I'm working from in just a second. Let me get the background painted in before it all dries out. Acrylic can be your friend, but if you don't pay attention to it, it'll be a problem. So let me just continue to spray this down just a little bit because it needs a little bit more water. And I'm working on a canvas board, not a canvas, which is a little different for me because I really like canvases. And I usually do a poured painting. That's what I've been doing for the last, I don't know, 6 months, 9 months. So this is a little different for me to be painting on a canvas board, something that's flat and that, you know, I have to like worry about the background. So I'm trying to get it as smooth as I can. It kind of doesn't matter because, and I'm not going to paint all the way over here because this part's going to be white. So I just really want to worry about this part over here, trying to get this part done because this part's going to be the sky. So I'm going to paint this part in, and it doesn't matter how I paint it in. I just want to get some paint on the canvas right now. And I keep adding a little bit of water. I'm not really adding water to my, not really adding, oh gosh, I really can't see that. Okay, let's see if I can get it. Because you don't really need to see me. You need to see what I'm doing. Okay. And there's a glare. Of course there's a glare. Let's see, does that help at all? Not really. Okay, let's add some more paint. Okay, I think if I add more paint, you'll be able to see better. Maybe if I turn this over that way. Not really. Oh, there you go. I can't see anything, but you guys can see great. Okay. So I'm going to add some, and this brush, oh man, I don't know how this brush doesn't do this when we have live painting. That's like sad. That makes me sad. It's like little pieces of brush are falling off onto the painting. Ew. You know, they're supposed to be nice brushes. Okay, anyway. So I'm going to add a little bit of phthalo blue to this because I want it to be a little bit dark up here. So I'm just going to add this in different places. And now I'm going to start making swirly marks because this has the starry night. So I'm going to start making swirly marks. I'm just taking my brush and rotating it in a circle. Just rotating it in a circle. And I want to make some big circles here and there. And then I'm going to go into my white and add a little white. And I'm going to go right directly in right here and make a big circle. Okay, and then over here I'm going to make another big circle. And then over here I'm going to make another big circle. So right here I'm making a circle. And then I'm going to just make another circle here. And a smaller circle. Okay, and so I didn't even add any water to my brush. I'm just making like smaller circles, smaller circles. Okay, so now I'm going to actually clean my brush. Because I just want to get a lot of white. And for this, I'm going to probably go in. I'm going to add, go and get my, I'm going to clean my brush. Oh, I forgot my paper towel. For this, I'm going to clean my brush and clean it on my paper towel. So when we do the paint parties, these are the brushes that people will have to do this painting. They'll have a paper towel, they'll have 2 paper towels, they'll have these 3 brushes, and they'll have this paint knife. Okay, so I'm going to go into my medium-sized brush, and I'm just going to grab a bunch of white off of my palette here. on my brush, on my square brush, and I'm going to go into this circle here. And my paint is still pretty wet. And I'm just going to keep painting that circle in a circle. And then I'm going to grab a whole bunch of paint and make a half a moon. But that's not working for me, so I'm going to take my paint knife like this, and I'm going to grab some paint on just this part right here. I'm going to grab some paint on just this part right here and grab a big bunch of paint like that. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to make that and come around like that. Because I want a whole lot of paint right there. And I'm just going to make a sliver of a moon. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to take and grab a little bit more paint and go all the way around. I'm going to take that and I'm going to go around like this too, around my other circles. And it doesn't matter how much paint you put on there. You just put some paint around there and go around in circles. And I'm going around every place where I made a circle, and then some places where I did it. Because this is kind of like Van Gogh's Starry Night. And this is just the background, so it's okay. And then I'm going to connect some of my circles. I'm going to connect some of my circles. And we'll make some more of these. And I know it looks really messy right now, but we're gonna make some more. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my knife, and I'm gonna go right into my yellow, and I'm gonna get some paint on my knife, and I'm gonna go right into that and go right over that right there. And I do not want to mix this, because if I do, I'm going to get green, and nobody wants to see a green moon because that might be kind of scary. So I'm going to go right over that. And I'm really kind of touching on my white, not on my blue, just on my white. And I'm making some more lines to go over my yellow, or over my white. So I'm going to grab a little bit more yellow and go around that. It's a little bit too much. And there's really no right or wrong in this. So I need a little bit more white inside this circle. So I'm going to take some of that and go inside the circle. Because we really just want it to look, oops, that's too much. We really just want it to look like it's a starry night. And I can see where this paintbrush is really like having like a problem. It's like I'm picking up pieces of the paintbrush. So these paintbrushes may not be the best paintbrushes. I might have to spend more money on those. So, and I want to take some of these and go around like that. And whichever way you want to make this go, that's how you make it go. It's not a big deal. Just want to make it look like the Starry Night. So I take a little tiny bit more yellow, go around this. I just want these yellow highlights to be in here. Now I'm going to take my yellow brush because I need some more white. And I'm just going to make dabs of white. Dabs of white. Little dabs of white. Now my paint is kind of dry now, so it's kind of just, it's not really picking up too much of that white, too much of that blue anymore. And I just really want to make it really, really starry. And then when this paint is still pretty wet. And this could be the snowy night too. But I'm going to make it really look like it's flowing around. Considering it's a vertical painting instead of a horizontal painting, you know, you only have so much room to do this. All right. Now, we do need to add some blue to this because there is blue in this. Let me clean my brush off. There is blue in this painting. So let me clean off my knife again. I'm going to put some water on it. And whenever water gets really dirty, you do need to empty it. However, I'm not going to be doing that right here, because that means I have to get up and go away. Alright, so that brush is clean, this brush is clean. So now I'm going to add some of my ultramarine blue, and I'm just going to make some little dabs in between stuff. Because again, I made my background a little bit darker so that I could do this. And I'm just making little dabs that go in the direction I want to go. So you can see them against that darker phthalo blue background. So Melissa, can you still see what's going on? Am I still recording? I don't know, I can't really tell. So now you can see it's starting to take shape. And you can start to see which direction things are going in. Once we added that blue, it starts to make things go in one direction. Because I'm pulling my paint in this direction. And it's okay if we use up all of our blue paint. Just don't get it too much into the yellow, because the yellow's still wet. I'm going around kind of the outside of my painting. And I'm filling in any places that don't really have any paint. So I'm getting along the edge of the painting right now. So I can see there's some places that don't really have paint. I'm going all the way down the bottom here. And then one thing that I saw that some artists who were doing this online had that I don't have, but I may have to step away from the camera to go and get, is a hair dryer. So they have a way to do this. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the phthalo blue, so I have a little extra dark in some places. So I'm going to add that just in a few places, not in a whole lot of places, like just in the edges of things. I'm going to add that in the edges of things, so I can really ground that darkness. So, sorry, I have stuff up here. So I can really ground that darkness and really make that starry night pop out alive. I really want to make the edges pop so that you can really see that and make this really dark and make this really interesting. So I want all these parts that are not part of the stars to really pop. So I'm going to give it some contrast in here by adding this in. And I'm trying to watch my time because I want to make sure that people who come to do this have enough time to get this done and have enough time for this to dry. Oh, thanks. I don't know how it looks on camera. Okay, so now I'm going to start working. Now I'm working my layers up. So this is in the very back. And then when I'm looking at, and I'll show you guys what the what we're working from is that. I know it's really far away, but I'm not going to move that right now. Okay, so now we're going to be working on layers. So the next layer is the sunflower. So I am going to clean my water out, And I'm gonna go get my hair dryer, so I'll be right immediately back. Cause I forgot I did that. I need a hair dryer for this. So be right back. Okay, hope nobody went nowhere. Now I gotta dry my hands because my hands are wet. I want to plug this in while I have wet hands. I might electrocute myself. Okay, I hope this doesn't like jack up anything, because you know how hair dryers are. They like mess up your electricity in your bathroom and turn the thing off. And so I hope this doesn't like do anything messed up, like jack up my electricity, because these things are notorious. So hopefully it's not on. I'll turn it on. Okay. The reset button came on and everything, so we'll see. We'll see how this works. Because it's got all kind of wild settings, so I'm going to put it on cool. And that didn't do anything. Okay, it's not on. Okay, maybe I turned it off. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. Hey, we're cooking with gas now. This will probably take forever. I don't know how cool. It doesn't feel that cool to me, but whatever. I'm going to turn the light on so I can see if it's actually drying. Now that paint right there, that's not going to dry. It's going to be like a while for that dries. And then this will be the time that I would tell people, oh yeah, oh wait, you know what? I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something really important. I'm forgetting glitter. Oh my God. How could I forget glitter? Hey, Christine. Hey, how you doing, Christine? Me and my friend Melissa are going to start a paint party business, Christine. You are definitely invited to come. It'll be like about 25 bucks, and we're still trying to find a place to have it. So I'm going to add some glitter to my Starry Night. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So I'm just tapping a little bit of glitter on here. In places that I might have to add some more paint to this, so we'll see. I don't want to put too much on my moon. I still want my moon to be white. Man, I'm going to have to add some more paint because my paint is like, well, that's okay. Just add some. I'm adding some silver glitter to this because, I mean, you know, it can't be a Starry Night without glitter. And there'll be a little bit more, so I'm not going to add a whole lot. There'll be more places to add glitter. But we're doing Starry Night Los Muertos. That's what I'm calling it. Starry Night Los Muertos. So Starry Night with a twist. Okay, can I get some glitter on there? Yeah. Okay. And then, you know, I'll have something to like fix this on here a little bit so it won't all come off. All right. Okay, that's enough glitter. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Oh my God. Hopefully I don't blow all the glitter away. Oh, how funny is that? Yay. Okay, that's hot. So I do have something to keep that glitter on. Did I bring that in? No, of course not. Why would you bring that inside? And I have something to make this really sparkle. But I'm liking this a lot. It just needs to dry a little. Doesn't have to dry a lot. Okay, how do I turn it off? Oh, okay, I see. I'm sorry, I don't use hair dryers anymore, so it's hard for me to say. You know, I kind of forgot how they work. Okay, that's looking kind of dry. Let's see. Not quite. Maybe a couple more minutes. I have it on cool. The glitter's not blown away, but it looks kind of cool. They don't do this at Pinot's Palette. You don't get to add glitter there. Hard to add glitter when you're painting standing straight up. What do? Throw it on there? I don't think so. And then we're going to have some glitter glue in some really fun places too. Alright, that's enough. Alright, I'm going to put that down somewhere where it won't catch on fire. Where would that be? Okay, let's hope it doesn't catch on fire here. By your feet. So put it there. Okay, so let me put my image back up so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so next we're going to work on the flower, which is a big, it's a big sunflower. And I love sunflowers. Sunflowers are really fun. So we're going to start out with the burnt sienna, which is this color. And it's going to be like about this big. Okay, because our skeleton is right here. And notice I'm not drawing any of this stuff. Like I see a lot of people, they do a lot of stencils for people, and I teach art every day. So I don't have, you know, I did have stencils for my third graders when they're doing this, they're doing sugar skulls right now. I'm teaching that. And I do have stencils for my third graders because they're in the third grade. Okay. And I'm not really trying to teach them how to draw skulls. I'm trying to teach them how to do designs on the skulls and about the culture that the skulls come from. So, you know, my objective is not to, you know, discern if they know how to make a skull. My objective is to you know, help them learn how to make designs and how to, you know, do symmetry and things like that. So, you know, for adults, no, I'm sorry. I may give you a stencil, but probably not. I'm just going to show you how I teach it for people who should know how to make a circle. So we're going to do a half a circle here, and we're going to carry the petals up into some of these areas here. And notice, like on, well, you can't see it, but I noticed that on the painting that the flower petals go all the way to the edge of the picture. So I'm gonna start and go into my oh wow, I need some water on my paint. It's really dry in Nevada. Anybody who's not from here, y'all know it's dry here, so I gotta add some water to all my paint because it's starting to dry out. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my raw sienna, and I'm going to make a half a circle right here. And this paint is kind of translucent, so you're gonna have to add quite a bit more. We're going to add some more layers to it too anyways. So, and it goes, it's a pretty big sunflower, so I'm just going to make the sunflower. And I think we bought, when we bought paint, we bought block out white, which I don't have any of, I don't believe. So I just have regular white, so I may have to make more than one. And oh, I'm using my medium brush, by the way. I may have to make more than one layer of white. I may have to use my little hair dryer again for that. But I don't know if you guys can see. You can still kind of see the and this is a really big sunflower. Oh my gosh, it goes like all the way to the edge of the paper. I mean of the canvas. So this is a really huge sunflower. So yeah, I don't have that kind of, I'm not going to take it all the way to the edge, I don't think. If I do, I'm just going to do it like this and leave room for this end of the skull. So my skull is going to end up right here on the end. So I'm going to move this over so you can see the end, because you kind of don't, you don't really need to, you need to see the edge of that, but not really, sort of, not really. Right now I'm going to work on the interior of the sunflower. So I'm going to add one more layer of this brown. And I'm just going back and forth with my brush. Just kind of back and forth while I'm innocent. And then when I get to the edge, then that's why I like this this flat brush, because you can make really good sharp edges with it. And then in the middle, you can just go back and forth really, really lightly. I have a really light touch with this. Okay, so now that I'm in the edge, then I'm going to start, it looks like in the center, they have a little tiny, looks like a tiny bit of blue on here. I'm looking, it looks like there's a little bit of red in here too. So I'm going to add just the smallest amount of red in here, a little bit of cadmium red in here. And it looks like that red is kind of here in the middle. Ooh, I think I need some like darker red maybe. So I'm going to add some of that. I'm just going to pull it down. I'm going to add some from the top and pull it down into the center of the flower. Just add a little bit of that. I'm not really trying to blend it, just adding it just so I have some little streaks. I just want kind of little streaks of red without blending, just little streaks of red. Because this is the flower, it's getting towards the center of the flower. As it gets towards the center, it starts to get lighter. Also, I'm going to go into my burnt umber, and at my burnt umber, I have a lot of it on my brush, as you can see. And I do have my light on so you guys can see what I'm doing with my brush. And I'm going to just make some little streaks at this. These are like the seeds. This is a sunflower, so these are the seeds of the sunflower. So I'm going back and forth with the seeds of the sunflower. And yours is going to look different from mine, but that's okay, because everybody's different. That's what I tell my kids, and it's true, everybody's different. So I'm going to go all the way down here, and I'm not going to go back in. I'm going to go back in just a tiny bit. I'm not going to go back in very much with this, because I want this to have that texture. I want it to look kind of rough and bumpy. But I'm going to go and clean out my brush, and then I'm going to get some of the yellow on my brush, on my medium brush. And I know it looks really weird. It looks like a bumpy hedgehog or something right now. And it looks like I need a little tiny bit. I'm going to do some yellow first, and then I'll go back in and do black. So I'm going to get some of that yellow. My yellow's kind of thick right now, so I'm going to mix it. And I have water in my palette. I have a little bit of water in my palette, so I'm going to mix in some of my water into my yellow so it's not quite so thick. Yellow is really translucent, so it is see-through. So if you try to like take the yellow and just mix it all by itself without white, it's going to be see-through, and you're going to see whatever's underneath it. So I'm going to take some of this yellow, and I'm just going to make some little dots, and they're going to be pretty close together. And then I'm probably going to have to go back in on the yellow and add some white to it. So I'm just going to do that now. I'm going to grab some yellow, and it looks like I have a little brown in there, but that's okay. It's okay to have a little brown in there with the yellow. I'm going to add some white, some yellow. Looks like I have some brown in there. Need some more white. We're going to end up adding more. I'm going to add just like a corner of brown. You don't need very much, because brown's a very strong color compared to yellow. So I'm going to just take, and I have way too much paint on my brush. I'm going to get some of that paint off, and I'm just going to like take the brush, make it have a nice sharp edge, and then I'm just going to like use that edge and come in and add some of that on the edge to in between stuff to that. Now I'm going to go directly into my brown and put some of that in there too. I'm going to go directly into my brown and put some of that in there in between. Okay, so now now I'm going to go into the yellow, put that yellow in there so I still have those little yellow dots. And I'm just mixing this on the paper, on the canvas. Sorry, I'm used to saying paper. And then mix this directly on the canvas. And I noticed that there's some kind of blue in there, so I'm going to go into my ultramarine blue and grab some of that and mix some of that in there just a little bit. Uh-oh, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to clean my brush off a little bit because I want that blue to be more kind of a bluish white than anything else. And it does look like there is some white in here, so I'm going to just grab some of the white that has blue still mixed in it and go over my blue. And then, oh yeah, that's nice. These are the seeds of the flower. So they're coming in all different shades. Go into some of the brown so I can tone down some of that blue. That blue's a little dark. And then I want to add some more of that red in there because that red is nice, just to give it a little contrast. And more of the dark brown, a little more of the dark brown, so I know that I have some of those seeds. This is your sunflower seed, or your sunflower center. So it's starting to stop being a flower and starting to be a seed producer, I guess. Now, I'm going to take at the top, the very top edge, I'm going to use my round brush, and I'm going to go into the brown, the dark brown. Take a tiny bit of water and mix that brush so that it's so the paint kind of flows a little bit. I want it to flow off of my brush, so I need a little bit of water in there. And I'm going to just make a line around from the top all the way around the very top of it. Try and follow my line because I want that to be really dark right along my edge. And then I can just pull out. Just pull that out. And I'm just going to keep pulling that out. And it's okay that it's not even. You don't want it to be even. Okay, now clean my round brush off, and then I'm going to take some black, and I'm going to do the same thing with the black. I'm going to take a little bit of water into the black, just like this. And I'm going to go directly along that edge, and I'm going to make a really light line. This I'm barely touching. Just barely touching the edge. Barely touching the edge. My hand is like bracing on the bottom of the table. And in fact, I'm going to brace both hands like this. I'm bracing both hands like this so that I can make sure that I just barely touch the tip of that brush with black. I just want to touch the edge of that. I need some more paint. I just want to touch the edge of that flower with black. And then I'm going to rinse out my brush completely, dry it off, and then I'm going to take and grab that black paint, just a little bit of that black paint, and drag it down towards the center of the flower. And now I have a nice sharp black edge, and it looks like it's blended in. You blended a tiny amount, but not a lot. Okay, now I can start on my flowers. because I believe that my paint over here is dry enough for me to do that. And I'm going to start on my flowers. I'm going to make some yellow and some white. I'm going to add a little bit more white. Dig in my basket. I have my titanium white. And I'm just going to mix a bunch of white and yellow together. So I'm going to add some white in the center. And then I'm going to drag that white over to my yellow. So I'm going to use my medium brush and I'm going to just drag it over into my yellow. And this way I can paint over that blue without that blue showing through. And this makes a nice creamy lemony yellow. It's very creamy and thick. It's very nice. I'm using Blick acrylic colors. These are student grade colors. I bought them because I can't afford a whole set of the artist grade colors right now. And you know, they work okay. They're not as thick. They're not heavy bodied colors, which are the better colors. Because, you know, I don't need paint that thick. Not really. So now I have, when it has like nice little peaks in it like that, then you're ready to go. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to make a line that swirls like that, like a half a circle. Then I'm going to come back in and fill it in. And you see how nicely that covers. And I'm not touching this edge. Remember, this edge is still a little bit wet, so I'm not touching that edge. But a little bit of it got picked up, but that's okay. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to come up this way. And make another flower petal. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go right through whatever I painted before. Make another flower pattern. And I'm picking up some of the glitter that I had on there. That's okay too. And make another flower petal right here. And then here's another flower petal. Now you see why we painted so the dark part right there. Make that come up so a nice point. Any place where it's not quite touching is okay. I'll go back in with the yellow. Okay, and I think that's as many flower petals as I need. I'm going to go right back into that yellow. I'm going to come right around the edge, because all these flower petals are right in line. Okay, so now that I have my base of yellow down, I'm gonna go into my orange, my yellow. I'm gonna keep a base of that white pulled away from that white and yellow pulled away from the rest of my yellow. So I just want to keep a base of that so I have it. Make some right here. To that. You know, it's so dry here that it's really easy for your paint to dry out without you noticing. So now on this side, I'm going to mix some red, right? And see my red's already drying out. Mix my red. You don't need a lot of red. That's probably too much. And I'm going to put some more white on there. I'm going to put some white directly on top of my, I'll just leave that out. I'm going to put some white directly on top of that orange because I need some orange in there. Some orange. This is going to be like a red, yellow. And it's a very strong color. It's very strong. So the white that I put on there, it just barely makes a dent. Add a little bit more yellow to that. Oh. Now, normally at my paint party, I would have music going when we're not, when I'm not talking to you, telling you to do stuff. When I'm just painting, and when you're just painting, we're just painting. We're just painting. Okay, that's a nice red. That's a nice orange. So we're gonna move that around, and then I'm going to start painting some of that orange in, like, kind of as if it's a shadow. So I'm just gonna put it on one side of, and I'm grabbing my paintbrush, and I'm just putting it on one side of my flower petal, just on the same side of each flower petal. I need some more water. That's like really dry. If your paint is sticking and it's not flowing, that means you need more water. And I say this on practically every video I do. If your paint doesn't flow, you need more water. Paint doesn't work without water. And then I'm going to have like a little surprise in here. Because in here, I also have something really fabulous. I have some glitter glue. Yeah, glitter glue. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I've been hanging out with little kids for way too long. But this is like so much fun to make this such a different painting from what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at. So this is a way different interpretation than what they have. So while this orange paint is oh wait, what's happening here? Oh, guess I gotta open it. While this orange paint is still wet, I'm gonna put a line of my little orange. Oh, not like that. I'm not. Oops. Yeah, let's see. Put a line of orange glitter glue on there. Or maybe I'm not. I don't know what's going on here. Man, what's happening here? Is there some kind of thing in here? Is there a thing in the thing? What's happening with this thing? Okay, so, yeah. I'll have to get some more orange glitter glue. Okay, because I just want some orange glitter glue on here, man. Come on. Come on with it. Come on with the orange glitter glue. That's, I'm just going to have to, like, squeeze some out. All my stuff is dried up, y'all. It's been so long since I painted with real acrylics. I've been using these kind of fake acrylics. They're not really fake, but, that's like way too much. But, I'll put some more orange paint on here. Don't worry about it. It's not what I wanted to do. Oh. Come on. Come out of there. I just want a little bit of orange glitter. That is not what it's supposed to look like. Okay, really. I'll get some, believe me, I'll be getting some new glitter paint. For real. Okay, so I'm going to get my, let's see if I can make this work. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's better. Okay. I'm not really digging that. Oh, man. Okay, if your glitter paint is not working, then, your painting is not working, okay? I'm not digging that. It's messing up my paint. It's messing up all my paint. See, it's just supposed to lay there and, like, I'm not digging that at all. Okay, it was cool till that, huh? That's okay. We can fix it. Water is the universal solvent. Get on a paper towel. We were good until that. Oh my God. Should just use the orange paint, the orange glitter. Don't worry about it. We'll get it up. Okay. Lesson learned. Go with what you know. We'll just get it up. That's all you do. Just get it up. And I need clean water. I'm gonna like dump this. Just look at that while I give me suggestions, please. Suggestions. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this glitter paint stuff. It needs to be better. Ew. I'm not liking it. I have to like redo that. Sorry guys. I had this all figured out except for the glitter paint until my glitter paint was all dried up. Don't use old glitter paint. Yes, I know that. I know that part. Am I still live? Oh, I'm sad. My glitter paint's all messed up. I'm kind of liking what happened afterward, though. I like the little pastel look, though. That's kind of cool. Sometimes you have a happy accident. All is not lost. So when you go to a paint party and things don't turn out the way you want them to exactly, don't be despaired. Don't be upset, because look how nice that looks now. So I'm going to go back in. Wait, let me get rid of some of this extra water. I'm going to go back in and add, oh, I think I need to add some more paint, period. That's too, let's add some more yellow. Don't be despaired. I need to add more yellow. Because things, you know, aren't as bad as you think they are. So I'm going to put my yellow back in. Man. Old glitter glue. Ooh. Who knew? It's like a solvent or something. It just like destroyed my paint, man. Well, now you know. Me too. Don't do that. Don't use old glitter glue. Okay, we're back to where we were. Okay, let's add some red in there, some direct red, because some of that red is going to be really nice. It's going to take a little red on my brush. Red is super powerful, so it you know, don't get too enthusiastic with it, because it'll like go through your whole. It'll just like take over everything. It's like the pushy girl at school. It'll just go through everything. So I'm just doing a little bit of it at the bottom. And then I'm going to add, I need some white. I need to add some white in here. Just some white. You can just do this kind of randomly, wherever you want. It doesn't have to be any place in particular. I'm just kind of putting it at the bottom and sort of on a side somewhere. And I'm going to add a little more yellow here and there. Especially since my paint got kind of jacked up, man. Got kind of jacked. That glitter glue jacked my paint, man. So, because we're gonna be adding some black in here to differentiate the where stuff is exactly. And then it's okay if the black kind of gets a little bit lost here and there. That's okay. Because we want it to look like a flower. This is kind of rough here. We want the petals to look a little bit smoother than that. Okay, I think that part's done. So I'm going to let that dry for a little bit before I go back in with black. And then we'll start on the sugar skull. So this is basically the shape. The shape that I have now is the shape of the sugar skull. So I'm going to add a whole lot of weight. I'm just going to add white directly onto the paper, onto the paint. So you see, that's a lot of weight. So I'm going to get my big brush because I need, and I'm going to get my big brush. Hopefully it's clean. And I'm just going to start painting white over everything so that I have a nice white, I have a nice white background. And the white comes way up here and then it comes down. And I probably should have, you know, I probably should have. And I'm just going to make a little turn here. I'm going to make this go out a bit more. I probably should have dried this before I started, but you know, let's just get on with it. No more hair dryer. So I'm making this as smooth as I possibly can, considering okay, and then I have some color in my, which is perfectly okay. It's okay to have color in there. Because he has a little bit of, he has a little, the skull has, oh dang, I have, that's, paint there. I don't want that color in there. He has a little bit of the background on his face, so that's okay. But I probably will have to like do some drawing on this. And I may have to like hook that up too. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the dryer on this one. Because otherwise I would never be able to paint this. It would just be wet and wet. I'm a little over enthusiastic with my paint. Just a little bit. But you know, I did need to cover that, all this part up here. So it's okay. It's all good. And all of this does get a black outline eventually. So, and I'm going to go, while I have this, it's kind of wet, I'm going to go back into this and put in my brown again. Yeah, I know. It's like, you just covered that all up. Oh, no. Yeah, I can just, you know, add a little bit of yellow here and there. It's not going to be a big deal. Some of my yellow. Some of my brown. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It wasn't all the way over there anyway, so a little red. Oh, you know what? There is some red in this. So while we're waiting for the while we're waiting for this white to dry a little bit, I can go directly into my red and add some more red highlights in here that are just bright red. So now that I know where my skull is, I can just add some bright red. Okay. That should be good. Alright, I'm gonna get the hairdryer out so that this white will dry enough so we can get something done before people go to bed tonight. Because that'd be like too late. So we're gonna dry this up a little bit. And this, I guess I'm not gonna be using that glitter glue. I guess I'll just have to use regular glitter. I'm kind of sad because I kind of wanted my glitter glue to use my glitter glue, but I'll have to buy some more for next time. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm kind of liking this painting though. I really am. Hey Jonathan, how you doing, dude? This is a painting that I'm doing for I'm starting a paint party business with me and my girlfriend. She's also an art teacher. And so this is what I call Starry Sky Los Muertos. I'd wave, but the last time I did that, my recorder, my iPad stopped recording. So at this point in time, people would stretch their legs, go get some wine, go get some adult beverage, get a snack, talk to each other, go look at everybody's painting, see what they're doing. We're getting close to being done. I don't know how much time I have on this yet because I can't see a timer or nothing, so I'll know when I get done. And then I'll put this on my YouTube channel too. But for now, I'm really liking it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like teaching in class, but not really. So maybe if I wave, let's see. Oh yeah, maybe. I hope I'm still recording. Am I still recording? All right. Oh yeah, that's nice and dry. Oops. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. I love acrylic. It's dry. Okay. This not so much. Probably should have did that part too. Okay. Well, that'll dry while I'm doing this other stuff. I need to like refresh my paint. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this dry for a couple of minutes. I need to get another napkin and freshen up my paint. I'll be right back. I gotta get me something to drink and clean my paint up. Okay, let's see here. My hands are really yucky. Uh-oh. Okay, well, these are still kind of wet over here, but let me get my image back up. Alright, so the next thing is the skull, and I love doing the skulls because they're so much fun. They have so much stuff to do on them. And I've been drawing them, so this will be something different. So I'm going to take my, oh wait, let me get a paper towel first. I might need 3 paper towels for this. So let's see, get my water situated. And we did use a paint knife on this for the moon and the stars. Okay. So I'm going to take my little small brush. What is that? And we're going to I'll probably end up using a Sharpie for the very end of it, because I think this is way too big for that. But I do have like little small teeny tiny brushes too. I'm just not going to ask people to do that. So I'm going to take some of my black. Well, let's see. No. Yeah, I'm going to take some of my black, and I'm going to put in his eye so I know where it is. So this is the shape, and I may end up, oh jeez, I got paint all over my hand. See, I should have dried this, because now I'm trying to like paint over it. I'm sorry. Now I'm trying to paint all over it, and it's still wet. Okay, so I'm going to make his eye, which is right about here. And I've been doing these like all week for 2 weeks. So I'm going to make his eye and paint his eye in. And it's sort of a circle. You can make it kind of any shape you want. And since we have so much paint on here, it kind of doesn't matter. And I kind of like that this looks almost like wood. The way that I did it with so much paint on it. It's okay. I'm not unhappy with it. And then I'm going to go in and underneath there, he's got some like cool little doohickey things. So let me get some more water on here. My paint's not flowing, so I need it to flow. And he's got something that looks like a little banner. Like that. And then up here, he's got, and I'll try to see how much of this I can just paint the outlines for. And I'm going to flip this upside down so that I can just get to stuff and get to the design. So up here is a flower on the top. So I'm going to just paint in the lines of the flower. And these are just, you know, your basic petal shapes. Everybody knows how to make these. My little kids know how to make them. Everybody knows how to make them. They're basically an arch. Shape of an arch. And you just paint them till you run out of space. And then I'm going to make a line here, because I really like that shape too. And it gets a little bit bigger when it gets to the side of his head. And then I'm going to make just some little ladder shapes, ladder designs in here. Because like I said, me and my little kids, my little 3rd graders, and my 2nd graders too. Wow, they've been doing a really awesome job. I just have to brag about them. Okay, I'm sorry. I just have to brag about them because they've been doing such a good job. I'm going to go ahead and make that shape too. And then now there's some leaves that I'm going to make. And oh yeah, I got to do the eyes. There's some little petals on the eyes. Oh, there's some little petals on the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and put those in. And I'm using the very tip of my brush. And it's a really super light touch. Super light touch. And again, I'm taking my brush and I'm rolling it in my paint. Just rolling it in my paint. And since these are new brushes, they should be okay. And you know, I may add a fourth brush to this. That's a really tiny little round brush. It'll be something like this. It'll be a brush like this, but this is like a really funky, like El Cheapo brush. So it's like permanently stuck. like it's a needle. Oh my God, really, seriously? I'm gonna close the door. Master might come up the steps first. Stop on my hair, Dad. All right. So yeah. Oh dang. Whew, whew. So like this thing is like super El Cheapo. It's got so much glue. This I did not paint with this. This came like this. Came all messed up. Okay. So I'm like, really? How y'all gonna just have a brush all messed up like that? Oh no. Okay, so this would be one like that. Okay, but I really feel like I want to put this is Artist Loft from. In fact, I think I'm going to switch to that. I'm going to switch to Artist Loft. This is like a number 2. It's really small. So I'm going to switch to number 2 Artist Loft because it's really small brush. And I'm going to roll that brush until it's nice and pointy. I think it'll get nice and pointy. We'll see. Yeah, okay. And then I'm just going to keep... And if you have to turn your canvas around so you can do that, these little canvas boards make that so easy to do, to turn your canvas around while you're painting. It's so much easier to do. Oh dang, I had to I don't know why he's coming up these steps with all that cussing and stuff. Oh no, paint on my hand, ew. That's the only problem about, when you're painting and it's still wet. You tend to get paint everywhere. You have to be careful what you're doing. Think about it. Look at what you're doing. So if you do make a mistake that you don't like, white is your eraser. It's your universal eraser. Always remember that. Okay, so here we go. So this one probably would take the most amount of time, is all this little tracing. And I see why they probably, left off on some of them. So I'm going to leave some of them off too. Because that's a pain, man. Okay, so up here I'm going to paint in, it's like a second layer of leaves? No, it's not. Oh, they just put in some more little teeny leaves like these right here. Put in some teeny leaves. That's nice. Okay, and then they put in some big, nice, big, juicy leaves. Some leaves, leaf leaves. Okay, there's one. I'm going to put in more than one. These will be my green leaves. Okay, and then now they have all the little swirlies. I love the swirlies. The swirlies are so cute. They are awesome. The swirls are just awesome. I love them. They're so much fun. They're so much fun. And they make the little skeleton, cool. They make it really cool. So I'm going to turn my painting sideways like I write. So people do this however they do it. So if you write upright, then okay, cool with that. Okay. And then I guess there's something like right here. And then there's something that goes like this. And then it goes like this. More water, please, because my fan is loud. That thing is just a constant loudness. Okay, so then that one, there's 4 little cute, little tiny little flowers. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. It's so cute, little tiny little flowers. Okay, and then this has a bunch of little tiny little dots. This has a curly up here. These are so much fun. And then this is part of his nose. And it's black. And I'm going to paint the side of my canvas board. It's not very much, but I'm going to paint it anyway. And then, of course, he has a little mustachio. So, and then I'm going to start since my paint is kind of dry. I may have to get the bigger brush for this. I'm not going to do it now. I usually paint the outline of the skeleton, and then I'll get to paint in. Like this one has a bunch of stuff that's a bunch of shading on the side. So, but let me put in the little cute little teeny flowers. So there's a little teeny flower. There's like 4 of them, and they have these little tiny petals. Like that. Well, actually, there's only 3 of them. So I'm going to put them over this way because I have room for them over here, and I don't really have anything over here. So when you have a space that looks like it needs something, put stuff there. If your space is kind of empty and you need some space for stuff, put it there. Because his jawbone is going to come in here, so I'm just going to put another little tiny flower. Maybe I'll put like 3 or 4 of them. I really like these little flowers. They're really cute. I have some more stuff that I'm going to put on his jaw, though. He's going to get like some more cool stuff on his face. Because his jaw comes like this. Okay. So his lips, his tongue, or his teeth are going to come this way. And then he has nice big teeth, like this. They're round. They get smaller. And then he has ones corresponding that are nice and big. And then his little smile keeps going. And he's got some kind of little dots on his little smile, like he had braces or something. So put those in. And then on his chin, he's got like the coolest little things on his chin. So underneath, he's got a little cool thing here. That's, oh, nope, don't go away. A little cool thing here. And then he's got a bigger one that's a big swirly, like that, like a big teardrop. And then he's got another little flower. So I'm going to make a flower here, like what we've been making at school. This will match what's on his head. And then there's a little teeny weeny itty bitty one of those little cool flowers with only 4 petals. Then it has this thing. I make this thing all the time. Whenever I sign a card, I do like this. It's like a sideways S. It has two little dots or two little curves on it. And then over here is another little flower. Oh, I never finished my flower. Oh my goodness. You're supposed to tell me I didn't finish my flower. Hey Victoria, how you doing, Vicky? I'm doing a painting for my paint party business. And this is going to be an example of what we're going to be painting. And it's like $25 a person. It's in Denver, sorry. Sorry, it's not in Denver. It's in Las Vegas. Sorry. But if you come out to Vegas and look me up, you know, I'll hook you up with $25 paint party. Or I might give you a discount. We'll see. I just got to know. Oh, and he has a little mustachio. Has a little mustachio. So I have to put in his little mustachio. It comes down. And then it curls up in his little mustachio. Okay. So he needs one more flower over here. And then I can put in the colors and put in some of the other cool stuff that I have. I'm going to put some stuff over there, some little dots and things like that. The more stuff that you put in that is like has shapes, the more stuff you can color. Okay, and I want to put in some more little dots. I'm going to put maybe some more of these little things. I want some more swirlies. You can just go crazy with these little swirlies, really. You can lose your mind with this stuff. So I'm going to put some more dots. Okay, I hope he doesn't open the door and start talking to me. That's why you run the phone, honey. Okay, here's some more dots. Okay, and now that I think it's dry over here, I'm going to use the round brush maybe to put in his jaw. And yep, that's the round brush. I'll clean that off. I'm going to put in his jawline and the side. I'm just going to outline his whole head, and then I'll put in all the colors. And then you'll see why we have red and all this. Well, you already know why we have red. But I'm going to start here because this is a big. I'm using the tip of my brush, and I'm going to come in, and this is a thicker outline since my thing is kind of thick, and I'm going to turn it sideways. Turn it sideways so I can see what I'm doing here, since I have such thick paint on here. There we go. Nice thick outline there, and then it's going to get a little bit thinner. This is really fun, and this is kind of what my PTO asked me to do. So when it comes time for them to like do this, I think they're going to be really, really happy with this. Okay, so now I'm going to make his jaw, which comes in like this, and then the rest of his face comes down like that. And then on the bottom, looks like I got some white in here somewhere. So it looks kind of gray. All right. All right, so I can see kind of where I want things to be. I'm going to get my small liner brush. I call this a liner brush. because it's small and you can make little tiny lines with it. I don't know if that's what it's called. That's what I call it. It may be called something else. Okay, and I'm going to make that jawline come in. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to go into my white. I'm going to put some more white on here, just a little bit, so I can make some of the white lines in his eye. And it looks like his eye is yellow, but I'm going to make it white. Put some white on here. I don't need a whole lot. But you do want your brush to be clean. Have a big bucket of water. And you're like, why does she keep leaving to go empty her thing? Because I do need like clean water in here for sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to go into my liner brush and I'm going to make a big, make sure that's dry. Yep. And I'm going to make a big white circle in the center of his eye so he can have his little white flower in the middle of his eye. Looks like they added a little yellow to it, so I think I will too. That seems to make it a little bit more opaque. Oh, I kind of like that. Try to smooth that out. And I'm just using the flat side of the round brush and just dragging it back and forth across. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of that yellow and some of that white, put them together, and I'm going to make my little flower outline with dots. I'm just going to make some little dots. I'm going to come up here, make some little dots that go all the way to the top and come back down. Okay, and then I'm going to take some more, right, and make sure your brush is in a point and go all the way to the top and come back down and go all the way to the top and come back down. And then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of water to this so that it flows off of my brush really nicely. A tiny bit more yellow. So we're almost done with this buddy. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to keep going until I have all my flower, until it's all the way around his eye. I have enough flower petals. Okay, maybe one more. I might go back over that one because that doesn't really look like flower petals, just looks like dots. Up, come back. There we go. There we go. Since these are not really looking very dotty, they're looking very, there we go. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. Okay, now it's time for some color. Oh, you know, anywhere where I have yellow, I'm just going to add yellow every place where I need it. So I'm going to take my liner brush, I'm sorry, this is just too dirty. When you have black, it just sucks up everything. So I'm going to add some white in a minute. But let me clean my brush right quick. I'll be right back. Back to the fan. Wow, that's looking really cool. It looks really cool from far away. So now this is where I was gonna use my glitter glue, but as you can see, I can't really do that. So, ouch! Oh, that was my toe. Oh, that was my knee. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Where's my glitter? Oh, here it is. So, let's see. I have some red glitter, and I have some pink glitter and some green glitter. So, somewhere I thought I had some blue glitter. That's probably at school. So I'm really disappointed, man, that I can't use my glitter glue. I wonder if the blue is like that too, because it would be just so nice just to have like a little glitter blue glitter. Yeah, no, that doesn't look very good. That looks really dried out. I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see the iridescent purple. Oh no, they're all the same. Oh, boo hiss. You know, I just didn't think I had these for that long, but you know, this is the desert and everything dries up here. It really does. I do have an alternative to that I think will work. I have glitter paint. Because I'm a girl. And girls like glitter. So. This is what I'm going to do. And this is acrylic paint too. Oh no, it says tempera. Ooh. Okay, well I've never used tempera and acrylic together. So we're going to see what happens. But I'll be having glitter for my paintings, okay? Glitter. Hey, Claudine. Hey, cuz. How you doing? All right. I'm going to wave at both of y'all. Wow. I'm doing a painting for my paint party business. And it's almost done. This is for Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead. It's a Hispanic celebration. So, wow. Okay. This is tempera. I wonder if they make glitter paint that's acrylic. I'm pretty sure they do. I have to go to Blick Art to find it, I'm sure. But anyway, I'm going to add this to my red because I have red up here at the top of his head. So I'm going to add some of this. I don't know how this will mix with red. I've never mixed acrylic and tempera together. So this is a total experiment. And we'll see what happens. Because, you know, well, I do have red glitter. So the blue is what I wanted. So I'm going to open up the blue. Let me shake it up first. Because I want to add some sparkle to this. Because he's such a cool little deal. And I'm doing this painting for a fundraiser with my PTO. And it's starting up my paint party business. Noche dos, night of the living dead. You're so silly, Melissa. That's my paint party business. That's my paint party business partner. She got a bad toe today, so she's sitting at home giving me crazy ideas. Oh my God. I thought you fell asleep, girl. How am I doing for time? Am I up to an hour and a half, 2 hours? What's up? Because if it take me 2 hours to do, it's going to take them 3, and that might be too much time. Okay, let me get some red in here. I don't have any more red. I got to get some more red. Where's my red? I used up all my red on my flower. Noche, night of the dead. Oh my God, you're so crazy. Yes, we learned to speak Spanish because all our kids speak Spanish. So, we're learning Spanish. So we try to talk to each other in Spanish. We're getting pretty, she's better than me. But we're learning Spanish together. Okay, so I'm going to put some red up here for his little head. Ooh, that's a really bright red. It should be, you know, that's okay. It was maybe more magenta, but that's okay. This will be fine. I'm turning him upside down so I can reach this. And y'all can see it. And then I'm going to add glitter. Yeah. Ooh, glitter. Yeah, glitter. Yay. Oh, yeah, glitter. That's the best part about painting is adding glitter. That's my best part. Oh, I love it so much, glitter. Can't be an art teacher without glitter. Okay, so now I can add glitter. 1.5 hours. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. So if it, no, that's not good. It should only take me an hour. Okay, so he's got some glitter on his dome. Because they had little white dots, but we're having glitter. Oh, I love it. Oh, buena noche. What, mucha gusta. Very good. All right. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, and then he's got some yellow. And I'm just going to use the same yellow I used here in between. And I'm going to use my little small, where's my little teeny brush? Okay, I'm going to use my little teeny brush with that same yellow that we did. I got to take my glasses off because I can't see. This is getting kind of small. So when stuff gets small, it's hard for me to see. So I'm going to put some yellow paint in there. And I probably should have them do this first and then do in the, you know. But that's okay. We can put this back in. You know, you can put it back in later. I think I'll have people do this, like, first. Put in the color first and then put this in. Because it's kind of hard to paint this small. People have a hard time painting this small. So I'm just going to paint over that so I can just get it in quickly. Because I don't want to take 2 hours to do this. People will be like, I gotta go to work. I gotta go get my kids. My dog needs to be walked. You know, he's at home. He needs to go to the potty. I need to take my dog out. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in like that. And then I'm going to put some orange in. And we'll go in and put that stuff back in a minute. I'm going to put some of this orange in for the petals. It's much easier to put this stuff in when you're using a pen like the kids do. I hadn't thought about that. I'm learning as I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it on Facebook before I do it for real. And then I can work out all the kinks. And I still have an audience and people can still tell me their opinion. Right? But then they can still like figure out what they're going to be doing. So then they still know, oh yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool. See, you know, that's how you do stuff like that. Then your audience will know what they're getting for their money. Why does this look like it's mixing with the black? I don't understand that at all. It shouldn't be doing that. It should not be mixing with black at all. But it looks like it is. And this black is dry, so I don't really get that. This is acrylic paint. It shouldn't be doing that at all. Once acrylic dries, it's dry. Doesn't mix. Doesn't mix with other children. But yet, there it is. It's mixing with colors. I can see it. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, let me put my thing back up. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to get some green. My phthalo green is just like all dried out, man. It's just totally dried out. It's like, you're not using me. I don't know what to do now. So the phthalo green is really dry. I'm going to add a little white to it because, one, it's too dark, and two, it's so dry. It's so see-through that you can't really do anything with that. And it's not the right color, so I'm going to add some yellow to it also. Add some yellow. Warm it up. It's a very cold green. Very cold. And maybe a little bit of the blue. No, that made it more gray. Ooh, I don't like that color. I'm going to have to add the phthalo blue to that. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's really pretty. Ooh, that's a nice green. Ooh, that's some yellow. That is a nice green. Needs more white. That's going to be a nice minty green. I like that green. I'm not going to show you till it's right, till it's time. Okay, so here's the green I'm talking about. But now my brush is too fat to use. The thing about acrylics is it makes your brush really fat. Hey, Cat! How you doing? Hey, Cat. Oh, yeah. So I'm doing this painting for my paint party business that I'm starting with my friend. And we're almost done with it. I'm just like, oh my God, it needs to be done already. I'm hungry, I need to go get food. So, oh yeah, that's a cool color. I like that color a lot. It's a nice color. So I'm digging these colors that I'm making. This is like a minty green. Made with phthalo blue, phthalo green, and ultramarine blue, and the cadmium yellow. Okay, so I'm going to have to put my black back in, but that's okay. So I have to figure out, I guess we'll have to paint this stuff on here and then put in the black outlines. Not the other way around. You live, you learn, you figure out how to do it. So we'll just probably do like a row of yellow and a row of green, a row of red, a row of yellow, a row of orange, and a row of green. And so I believe I have green, so I'm going to put some green on here. Some green. I have to put some. Hey Lana, hey Sid, hey baby, how you doing? I'm doing this for my paint party business. Me and my girlfriend are going to start. This is, you know, Dia de los Muertos. So we're doing Starry Night and Los Muertos. Starry, what you call it? Noche los Muertos. Alright. So now I'm going to flip this over. Oh wow, that's banging, man. That is banging. I'm loving it. I am loving that. So now I'm going to do my little teeny tiny little blue flowers, and then I'm going to do those in my ultramarine blue, and I'm going to add some of my I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to add some of this metallic paint to it. Hey, you know, you come to from California, girl, you can do like some of this paint party, come to a paint party with us. I'll give you a family discount maybe or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have to talk to my business partner about that. Okay, let's see if this turns out metallic-y or what, because you know what? Maybe I'll just do like the little, a little sparkle of, oh, that looks sparkly. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I don't know how it's going to turn, how it's going to dry, but it looks kind of sparkly. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I like it or not. We'll see. We'll have to see how it dries. I like the color. But, oh my gosh, that's like... Because I still have to put in the... I have to put some white on here and then put some blue on here. Make the... he's got some shading on him. So... we'll see what that entails. Okay, so the last thing is going to be more red and a little bit more of the some red down here. She got a little bit more, a little tiny bit of glitter right here, just a tiny bit. Some more yellow. He doesn't have a whole lot of color because he's a skeleton, but you know, he's got a little bit. So I'll just get a little band of yellow. Have to put my lines back in. That's fine. And then I'll put my band of orange. Put those back in. I don't have any orange. No orange glitter, I don't think. I can look. I don't think I have any. That's kind of cool though. Alright, so I'm going to put in the center of those like a yellow type of little yellow center in the middle of those little great blue flowers. That's like a cornflower or something. But you see the blue, yellow center in the blue flower. Okay. And then, let's see, I don't know, maybe some green on those dots. Make those dots, make those green. Some of the green dots. I could put some more. More green glitter. More green glitter. Yeah. Shake out some green glitter. Okay, let's shake some of the green glitter on there. I ain't kidding. Whatever don't stick, hey, you know, that's cool. It'll just shake right off. Okay, so now that we have that, then now I'm going to, I don't know where my Sharpies are, so I think I'm just going to use my liner brush to go over it with the black paint and finish this up. Okay, so I'm going to go over here with this and make my lines. Let me turn this on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to make some of my lines for this. So I'm going to put in more than one row of flowers. Oh, that definitely needs paint. It needs water. So put in more than one row of flowers. I could paint in some more rows of orange and yellow. I think I might leave that one. Just let that sleeping dog lie. And get on down the road with it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up so that people can be about their business and what they're doing today, because it's a long time to watch Karen Buford do anything, and I appreciate everybody watching me. But you too can paint like this, because this is what I'm going to be teaching at my paint parties. Me and my friend, I'm going to be doing this painting at our paint parties this month. And then, you know, we have some other ones that we're going to be doing. You know, this one took me 2 hours to do, so it might take our friends a little bit longer, but, you know, we'll simplify it and make it easier for people to do. You know, it's a pretty simple painting, you know, for real. So I'm going to put in some, you know, things, the little veins of the flower. And I'm going to go back around this part and put the line in. This black line is going to go all the way around. Spread out my brush a little bit with the black, because this is going to get, okay, and then I'm going to go into my brown and fix this black line here, go over that black line so that, yeah. And I still have some black on my brush, and grab a little bit of yellow, go in that, so I can blend that in because that got a little bit out of whack. Okay, and put some of this brown over here, just to even that out a little bit. A little bit of red in there. I'm just cleaning up stuff that's a little out of whack. And I'm grabbing that and pulling that down, pulling that black down. Okay, now I'm going to add the last thing on here. Is going to be, oh wait, you know what? I still got to add a little bit of blue around the edges of this. So I'm going to take a little bit of the blue. Oh, I still got a lot of green in my brush. Take a little bit of the blue, a little bit of my ultramarine blue, which has a little bit of glitter in it, a little bit of the green, and get rid of some of this glitter that's on here. And I'm just going to come around the side of this. It's watery paint. I'm going to come around the side and give him a little bit of, and then I'm going to clean my brush off really, really good and leave some water in it. And I'm just going to blend that out into that white. I'm going to take some white, just a tiny bit of white, just the tiniest amount of white on my brush. I'm going to grab that, oh, that's too much. I need some actual white. There we go. Oh, you know what? I didn't put any white on his little, this needs a little bit more green. So I'm just adding a little bit along the edges, right in here. Going over my glitter a little bit. And then I'm going to get something and clean that up a little, just a little bit. I'm going to take a wet brush. When in doubt, use a wet brush. And I'm going to clean that up. Wipe it on my acrylic is so forgiving as long as it's wet. You can do lots of stuff as long as it's wet. Once it's dry, you have to use white to get rid of stuff. Okay, there you go. There's your shadow. There's your shading. That's all you need with that. And I forgot completely to put some white dots on here. I'm going to add a little yellow. See, he doesn't have any white dots right here. Whatever that is. Oh, shoot. He has a little teeny weeny flower inside of here. Oh, my gosh. That's really tiny. Oh, my Lord. Okay, let me put that little teeny weeny itty bitty flower in there. I don't know. I don't know if people want to be bothered with this part, but let's see. Let's make a little teeny flower. There you go, little teeny flower. Also, I have a little teeny brush, and then this has got little teeny white dots all over it. Okay, I'm going to do a little tiny bit of cleanup with my black, and then we are calling this done. This is going to be done, okay? So I'm going to clean these lines up here. Put them back in, clean them up. I need more black. Oh, wow, that's really heavy. So I'm just going to clean these lines up really quickly because I smell food. I smell food. Someone has food for me. I want to have food now. It's time to have food. I'm going to put a line there. Clean up these lines. Here you go. So clean this one up. Alright, what else? Need to clean this one up. Since we painted something over there. Up a little bit. Not too much. Need some water. Clean these up. Okay, I think I'm gonna call this a done deal, and keep it moving. All right, I want to thank everybody who tuned in for watching, and this is Noche los Muertos, Starry night. I don't know how to say that in Spanish, but that's a done deal. Put my little name right here in the flower. And that is finito. Muchos buenos, muchos gracias for watching, and bueno la noche. Thank you very much. I see you guys on the next time, and have a great time doing whatever you're doing tonight. That's a wrap. Thank you.